Hello, beautiful souls. I found a little patch of clear space in my home. I'm in the process of moving and I'm in an absolute sea of boxes. But I wanted to come to you today to talk about creation because the guides have been coming through and talking about how in this energy, in this higher frequency, more than ever, we are the creators of our reality. And right now, we're creating the new earth with every thought. And it's interesting. I'm going to share, I printed off one of my love notes from last week that you can subscribe to on my website. 5 days a week, I send out a channeled message from the guides, and this love note talks to this. And then I was talking with a friend this morning, and this came about very strongly in our conversation because she is aware of things happening in the world behind the scenes, you could say, and she puts a lot of focus on that, and she feels like people need to be educated about that information. But at the same time, I was saying to her that we need to be really careful where we're putting our focus because we are creating in every moment with every thought we have. So if our thoughts are not about the world that we would like to be in, I feel it's best for us not to be putting our energy there. And she was grateful that we had the conversation because she realized she can get caught up in that shadow energy, you could say, and things that are happening behind the scenes and getting upset and angry about that. And therefore her energy is going into making that our reality as we move forward. And the message that I'm getting from the guides is for us to be creative and think about the world that we would love to be living in, where everyone is treated with respect and where the governing bodies in this world are truly caring for the people, and that we are loving one another, and that our children don't suffer the pain of emotional hardship that we've gone through ourselves because the world is full of love. And so I'm going to read to you this message that came through from the Council of Nine in my love note, and then the Elohim have said they would like to be present today to bring through a message as well that I'm sure will just further affirm this whole thought. So here's the message that came through in the love note. And so it is we come before you in joy and delight once again. And we say to you, dear ones, all that you desire is yours. You hold within you the creative power to bring it alive. The more you let go and relax into your desires, the easier they come to you. Also know, beloveds, that sometimes that which you desire is not of your greater good, and so it does not come. Or your request may show up in a manner not thought of. When you are in the process of requesting and expanding, watch for signs that may be leading you to the desired outcome by a somewhat indirect route. One door leads to another. Feel into what is presenting itself and ask if it is leading you in the direction of your highest choosing. The path, as we said, may not look like what you expect. This process of creation is very important as you move into the higher frequencies, for you are manifesting more fully and faster than in the past, and you are creators. As you move forward, the world will be more a reflection of your creation and less of the creations of the past. The old, in the new frequencies, must and is crumbling, as is evident. That means that the history that led you forward for so long is no longer the foundation of your tomorrows. It is a grand opportunity now to be the light in the world and the creator of the new world as each day unfolds. Be aware of every thought, dear ones. Ask with every thought, is this something I want to see manifest in the world? If not, be sure to change your thinking into that which you would want to see made manifest. This is the way of it now. This is important for all to understand. The default to allowing others to create for you will not lead to the world you desire. So in other words, if we're not consciously creating ourselves, then we just fall into the default of what the mass consciousness is creating. Those of you who walk in the awareness of the light are those who can ensure that your new foundation is built on love and acceptance. Every thought is now becoming the foundation that is rising up underneath that which is falling. Know this and be empowered. I find that to be a very important message, that we are now building the new foundation as the old world is crumbling away before our very eyes. So let's be aware of what we're creating in that building. So I'll call upon the Elohim now and see what they want to bring through. And so it is, beloveds. It is our great joy and delight to be before you. We come from star systems far and wide to be witness, to be privy to all that is happening on the earth at this time. For you see, beloveds, this grand experiment that has been rolling along on this earth for eons of time is coming to a great stage of evolution. One door is closing and a new door is opening. And as the old crumbles and falls, there is much turmoil, we understand. And yet we would like you to know that as tumultuous as these times are, pardon me, there is as much guidance for you in the unseen realms, pardon me, that are here to lovingly support you and guide you and lead you into this beautiful process of ascension. So do not despair, beloveds. We are aware that the shadow side of being is what is most evident at this time. And we know that there is more turmoil to come as this change that the year 2020 has brought about is going to continue throughout the year, and things are going to continue to fall and crumble. And for many, it can truly feel like their very lives are falling apart, being shattered. And we would say it is true, because it must happen in order for you to step into the light. It is like you have to walk through the artificial glass that is made of sugar. You have to walk through it and walk through into a new world, leaving all the shadow behind. But in order to leave it behind, it is rising to the surface. It is becoming so evident because, beloveds, you cannot move beyond what you've been living in until you are fully aware of what that was. And there is so much that has been hidden from humanity. You see it now with people being arrested for crimes that are unspeakable. And this is going to come to the light more and more. This one is choosing her words carefully because she wants this message to stay there, to stay alive for you. And so she is choosing her words carefully. We believe that many of you will know to what she is referring. All this darkness must become known in order for you to then to be able to rise above it and to know what has held you back for so long, to know the depth of the corruption and interference that has happened in the process of human beings evolving and finding their way back to this stage of ascension that you are now in. In the past, the corruption held you back. You have been at this 0 point many times before in this cycle of approximately 24,000 years, 26,000 years on your planet, where you go through the precession of the equinoxes. It is a cycle around your galaxy. And when you come to this point, it is always an opportunity for ascension. But in the past, the corruption has held you from this. And now, beloveds, now you have found your way out. And so know that as dark and as dense as it appears on the outside, it is merely the old falling away, showing itself to you, and then simply crumbling beneath your feet. Even with your earth changes and your earthquakes. What is an earthquake but the soil beneath one's feet moving and crumbling and falling away? And unfortunately, it creates hardship for many. And yet, there is always light behind every event. And even hardship is a gift when it comes to those who would not fall to their knees willingly. Then it is the hardship that drives them to their knees, and they have to reach up and pray, and they have to surrender to what is happening, or they have to get to that point in order to see that what was is no longer serving. It must fall away. It must crumble. And for those of you who have the awareness and who hold the light, it is vitally important for you, beloveds, to be keeping your focus on the light, keeping your focus on love, knowing beyond all doubt that there is a silver lining behind the cloud, that all of this that is falling away and rising up to the surface to be removed and transformed is really necessary in order for love to reign upon the earth once again. And that is what you are moving toward. And the more you can hold love within your own heart for yourself, and hold love for humanity, and have patience for people regardless of where they are, regardless of what their belief system is, regardless of the message that they want to put out there. Everyone is trying in their own way to manage this transformation to the best they can. And the more who hold the light, and the more who are able to step back and witness from a state of detachment what is happening, because they are whole and complete within themselves, because they have moved beyond their fears, the more of you who hold that love and are witness from a state of love, the sooner you can move through this trial and tribulation, this period of unanchoring of the old. And we say to you, beloved, the hooks are deep, and the old is doing all it can to hang on, knowing that it's now only the fingertips that are able to hold on, because it is inevitable that the old falls away and love reigns supreme upon this earth once again. It is inevitable, beloveds. We want you to know this. We want you to hold faith in this. It is coming. And so, it is our joy and delight to be here to remind you to focus on that which you would like to be living. And every time you find yourself, it is one thing to be aware. It is important to be aware of what is falling away and what is revealing itself, but don't let it be your energy consumer. Don't let it be where all your focus goes. See it, say, I see you. I am aware that this is what has been happening, and I know that you are rising to the light now, for the light to shine upon you, because it is time for you to dissolve and be released and restored back to love and light. And then let your focus be what you would choose to be living in the world, what you know is coming, a world full of love and grace and honor, a world where no one is left behind, a world where everyone is cared for, a world where every child knows it is loved, a world where every adult is healed, and so there is no need to pass your wounding on to the future generations. A world where you are free to live on the land as you choose, and you are free to grow your food and collect water and to bring your inventions into the world that will heal the atmosphere, that will heal the water and heal the earth. Nature restores herself very quickly given a chance. And soon she will be given that chance. In the meantime, there is still work to do. There is still shadow energy to be revealed. And there is still many old systems that cannot be supported in this new frequency that you are living in, and therefore they must crumble. And as you are witness to it all, keep your eyes on the light of love and know that all is falling away, so that your own internal majesty can find its way into your awareness, so that you can recognize your own significance once again, free of interference that wants to keep you a slave. No longer, beloveds, that system is being destroyed. It is falling away. And you will soon be free to realize all that you are. You will soon be free to heal to the very core of your being, so that you know yourself only as love. And as you are filled with love, love without condition, love that only loves, then you can pour that love out into the world. This is the new way of it, beloveds. This is what awaits you. So stand strong. Know that you are almost to the mountaintop, where it gets easy and you take in the view and you look at your beautiful creation, and then you easily find your way back down as you step into that to live in the new world that is being created in this very moment, and to remember that it is being created with every thought. So be aware, be wise, be discerning, and be in love. And so it is. And so it is. My great joy and delight to be bringing through the Elohim and to be with you all who I know are hearing these words and allowing them to come into your own filter, and if it resonates as truth for you, to then live from that truth. I'm so grateful for all of you who are there, for all your comments and your likes and subscriptions that really support me in bringing this work forward. But most of all, your presence, knowing you are there, those of you who write to me, it really brings me great joy to know that you're on the other side and that we're here together. This is what real love feels like. It moves to the depth of your heart. So happy to be with you. So much love, everyone.